Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is the Hambrabi in space. I'm not sure, I have forgotten to look whether or not it has space specialization, but it does just fine in space. This is, of course, the Derelict Colony map, which is a fun map. I've played it some more since the last time I showed it. It is, as you can see, a split-level map. There are upper and lower levels. There's a bunch of places to hide, a bunch of places to get separated from your team, things like that, and yeah, it's a fun time. The Flailthroughs rifle is a sniper rifle, technically. It's not the strongest sniper rifle on Earth, but it can be used while moving. And you're going to see me do very poorly against this Zeong at first, because I'm trying to keep my distance, because I see someone coming up with it. Once I stop trying to do that, all bets are basically off. The Hambrabi can take out a Zeong fairly easily once it gets close, but you gotta get close. Okay, so, yeah, Hambrabi, I'm increasingly convinced Hambrabi is going to get nerfed a little bit, because it does a lot of damage, tons of damage, and on top of everything else, it has... I didn't use the beam guns in the last video I did with it, and the beam guns are just really great. The beam guns... Oh man, the beam guns. They can do like 10,000 damage in one strafing run if your aim is good. But yeah, as you can see, its melee damage is pretty solid. It does, and pardon if you can hear the fireworks in the background, I am recording this on the 4th of July, so it's after midnight, but the fireworks have not stopped. But yeah, the Sea Serpent does like 3,000 to 4,000 damage based depending on the target. The melee does equally good, and yeah, it can just, because it has two melee weapons, it can just kind of transition from one to the next and just keep fighting for as long as you have boost. And it has enough upper slots that you can max out melee boost and still have a lot of room for thruster capacity. So yeah, it is beastly. I have a feeling it may get a few reductions and things here and there. It also seems to use a lot less thrust for transformation than other transforming mobile suits. That, I think, might be a straight-up error, and that's what I'm expecting may get changed. But either that, or they'll just give it Transform Level 2 and call that a feature as opposed to a bug. Either way, though, yeah, it does not use as much boost as the Zeta Gundam or anything else when it transforms. That may just be because its thrust capacity is so high at this point with all the boost items I put on it, but I'm just not sure about that. 7th Gundam is down again. As you can see, the Zeong didn't give me much trouble. And there's a Gab fleet there, and if I can just hit it, it is hit. 2 out of my 3 swings took. Got the thrust with the Flailthroughs rifle's beam saber, bayonet, whatever you want to call the spear on the back end of it. And that let me go back to my beam saber, though it was not, though I did not have time to do it before the iframes kicked in. Had time that time, so. And so yeah, it has 3 melee weapons and a decent ranged weapon, so it doesn't require going into a special mode to have all of its various evasion perks, so it is like the Striker Custom, only more so. All of its melee attacks have greater range, too, so yeah, it is something. Hope all who want it can get it, because it is a piece of work. See, I think that was a Gerbera Tetra I just hit for 2,500. And, let's see, yep, there's the Gerbera. Went for 2 swings, didn't think I'd have time to land 3, didn't even have time to land 2. Missed with the spear. Missed with the Serpent, gonna take a couple of hits. Gerbera hit the Gab fleet, that helps me because that keeps it down to 1-on-1 instead of 2-on-1. Landed a ranged shot because it was basically all I had ready when the Gerbera was right there, so I went with it and I think it worked out okay. I think we're behind a little bit at this point, but I believe we do make it up. We'll find out. Hope my fan is not being too obnoxious, but yeah, it's hot, so if it's not too overbearing, I'm going to keep leaving it on. So let me know if it gets to be too much, and I will try and do something about it, but right now I think it's okay. Okay, no, we are not behind. 9,300 to 5,300. We're doing pretty well so far. But Yeah, Hambrabi is great. It's scary great. I think apparently it, Gabfully, and Zeta Gundam are the only things that are native to the 600 point cost right now that come in at level 1 at 600. And to be honest, Hambrabi outstrips the Zeta pretty handily in my opinion, at least for how I play. So we'll see how that ends up going. I have a feeling that sometime soon we're probably going to get the O and the Cubely, and that could change things up. Yep, and now good set of melee on the Zeong because I hit it with the Sea Serpent, and let's see. And I just hid behind that pylon to charge my rifle, which let me get another stun in. Zeong got around me, missed with the Serpent, and it's not going to take much for me to kill it, though. I keep forgetting this thing has pretty good beam defense. I really should just close in and hope not to get tackled. But I'm trying to do that first. Missed with the Serpent again, but it's using its ranged attacks, so I can hopefully... I think I just caught it with a swing from behind, so all I have to do now is shoot. Yeah, so that is a Zeong soloed. And yeah, Hambrabi can fairly easily solo anything against type. That's either part of its charm or part of the problem, depending on which end of the Hambrabi you're on. But I do think it's something that's going to end up having to get addressed. Because, yeah, there is not a lot, in my opinion, that can stand up to the Hambrabi in one-on-one. This coming weekend, I intend to show something that actually can, and hopefully that goes well. But, or hopefully I remember to run it and why I'm running it, because I think that's worth showing. But it's in the queue. I actually have a good amount of stuff in queue for a change, so maybe I can get ahead and stay ahead, which would be my preference. 1 minute left, and it's 13,000 to 8,000. Well, 14 to 8 if we're rounding up on both sides. So, yeah, we've got this in the bag. So we're going to see who else we can bag while we wait. Only hit with one is pretty good. Didn't want to follow, because if I go around that corner, everything's going to shoot at me. Came down here to see what else I could do, maybe help the team, and got shot in the back. That's typical. But rifle's charged, decided to scope in for a little bonus damage. That pylon will never walk again. And 7th Gundam is challenging me, which, interesting choice. But yeah, 3,600 on just the Sea Serpent, 2 swings. Another swing with the Lance broke its shield, and again, if I'd have had it if it weren't for the fact that they actually backed up their support, which, man, that's a good thing to see. You know, please do that if you're watching. Always do that. But even with, I think no, not my only death, but I think one of 2, something like that. Either way, we won. So we won handily, and yeah, this is the power of the Hambrabi in space. So. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 3,833 points out of that 13,000. 131,000 damage. Yeah, so it is, yeah, and that is my high score for 600 space rated. And, yeah. So that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more, so till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! You know, I still have not landed to tackle with this thing to see the special animation. Oh well, I'll probably get it used on me eventually, so one way or another I will see it.